Let's talk about the type of men that will drain your beauty, your energy, and your glow. The broke, the cheap, the insecure, and the jealous. Hey baddies, thank you for tuning in to the Glam Affect. It's your girl, Glam. I miss you girlies. I told you girlies I'll be back after some self-care, and I just wanted to come back with some great hot topics, okay? Especially when it comes to you girlies. I've been doing my research on a lot of different topics that's been kept catching my interest, and the topic of discussion right now is men that are cheap, broke, insecure, and jealous. I currently seen this TikTok video of women speaking about, before I got in a relationship and me after, and just seeing the different women being drained from relationships and being used by men, especially men that are emotional unavailable, they're financially unstable, and they're like taking that out on women. And honestly, it's my duty to pour into you girlies. I feel like this is such an important topic to discuss because I really care about you girlies, and I feel like I'm not doing my purpose and not doing my job if I'm not up here encouraging you girlies to grow and elevate and just move along with your life if your partner is not aligning with you and your goals, okay? Because I know right now we're in a recession and a lot of things in relationship dynamics are changing due into the economy right now, and I just want to hold your hand and let you know that your big sis has you, and I just want to give you girlies some tips on how to detach from men that are no good for your future, okay? Because there's a difference between a man being temporary broke and just broke within the mindset in general, okay? Because everybody goes through things, and I'm a fiance, I'm engaged, so I understand these things, but I just want to encourage you girlies to just want more and better for yourselves, because some things and sometimes you just can't change people. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just can't force things, and I feel like it's my duty to encourage growth, and I'm all for women empowerment. And I just see a lot of times in the world, and especially with black women, how they just settle for less when it comes to relationships. Like, I just be feeling so sad for them, you know what I'm saying, because they don't have the confidence to know better, and they end up creating households with toxic people, having kids, out of wedlock, trapped with this, broken guy due to them just not knowing better or having the confidence to learn or do better. So I'm going to encourage growth and self-development and elevation for you girlies, and I'm going to provide some tips today on how you can elevate from a broke, jealous, toxic, insecure man, okay? You're gonna see me with my phone here because like I always tell y'all, I don't want to miss any topics. Y'all like my new case too, it matched my outfit, and y'all know I had to put on like a little 1-2 for y'all. Y'all like my robe. I'm gonna have my water too, girl. We're not drinking wine today, we're drinking water. Let me show y'all my little glass too we sipping on. It's so cute, right? My little wine glass, but right now we're drinking water. I was so passionate about this topic. Right now it's 3:06 in the morning, and I was like, I already had my makeup done today, and I've been wanting to go over this discussion. I went over it on my TikTok if y'all been watching, and it went viral, that video, and I'm like, let me discuss more, especially for my YouTube girlies who weren't able to check out that TikTok video. I just want the best for y'all, and I feel like sometimes it takes a big sister to push y'all and to teach y'all how to grow and elevate. So we're gonna get into topic 1: broke versus ambitious. The difference between a man who's temporary broke and a man with a broke mindset. A man could be rebuilding financially, but if he's emotionally rich, supportive, and driven, that's different. A broke mindset is entitled, lazy, and expect you to carry everything, emotionally and financially. And that's the no fucking go. These men often project their lack onto you, making you feel guilty for having standards for yourself. These are the type of men that are usually already broke. You know what I'm saying? You seen the red flags in the beginning, but a lot of times they end up love bombing women and making it look like they have these attributes of being successful, and then you come around them and you realize, like, bro, this guy does not have nothing that he says. Like, he's totally capped. And there's a difference between a guy, like I stated before, being broke physically and being broke mentally. A lot of times, if the guy is coming in trying to just use you off rip, like after he's dated you for a few months, that's a fucking red flag, okay? Because a man that's coming off as he's financially stable and he's a provider, he's going to show consistency over time without you having to figure out everything for yourself and for your relationship. Like, if he's a guy that's like trying to, you know, align his stuff with you and he's taking you on dates and stuff like that, and then over time, you know what I'm saying, the dates stop, he doesn't think that a lot of things he was doing in the beginning is, you know, worthy without communicating with you his finances, then he feels as though like everything should be 50-50. He does a complete shift after he's gotten you. That's a red flag, and that's a broke man. Especially if it was a guy who was acting so like driven, career driven, and now he's just depleted where he doesn't want to do anything, and he expects you to back him up financially and emotionally. Like, he was there for you emotionally, now he's just detached emotionally, financially, and physically. He's not really happy to be around you anymore, and he's just negative and things like that. Every time you bring up your goals, he's bringing up something negative, or he's always putting you down or trying to humble you. That is a broke man, okay? Mentally, physically, and financially. And those are the men that you really need to disregard, especially if you already seeing the red signs and he's super aggressive, or he's just consistent on being negative. Like, the red flags usually are there over time because men can only be fake for so long, and sometimes men be opportunists. They'll come in your life and act like they got all that stuff together, and their whole approach was to use you because he knew that you were financially stable and you were career driven, to utilize you. And a lot of times they try to get you pregnant too in the beginning by love bombing you. That's why as a woman it's so important to not get pregnant by dudes, especially while dating them. Allow them to earn your womb and not have kids with them, because a lot of times y'all having families with guys y'all barely know, and a lot of these guys are not financially stable enough to even have kids, okay? If a man cannot financially support you with having a kid, he should not be like, you should not be trying to build with him. And I feel like a lot of women rush into that because guys were up in a certain point in their life, and then they just like end up keeping a kid because they think that that was like, that man had stability at a point in time, and he really don't. He just love bum you, and you just got caught in the mix with his cap, you know? And I want you ladies to do better. Stop feeling like y'all have to keep a baby because y'all been with a guy that did not propose to you or marry you. Like, it's okay to protect yourself, okay? If a guy wants to build a legacy for you, make sure he buys you a home, and make sure y'all have a stable life together, career-wise, building a family-wise. Especially in this economy, you don't want to be up here being love bombed by these broke dudes, and then y'all are stuck in poverty because things are just going to get higher. And if you're not smart about how you move and the partner you choose, girl, he is going to bring you down. I see it happen so much, even with successful women. They go with a guy that usually have less than them. Sometimes they do that for power control, which is crazy because as a woman, you should want a guy who makes the same amount of money to you or not more. For me, I'm gonna go for the higher, okay? Because a guy should come in your life and be an asset. If a guy is coming in your life and he doesn't add any value to your life, and it's taken from your self-care, your daily duties, your hobbies, your ambitions, your goals, girl, he is not the man for you. He literally is not. He's going to be a fucking distraction. And a lot of times those men don't be having goals or nothing going on for themselves, so they're going to pull you down. So if you're a person, I really wish I had a pyramid on with this shit. If you're a woman who is at 2, right? Okay, 1 is somebody who's just like in the hood, poverty, right? 2 is a woman who is like middle class. 3 is rich. If you deal with a guy and you're at a 2, we're going to say middle class, and he's at a 1 for real, and he capped as if he was at a 2, baby, he's going to bring you down. Especially if he doesn't have any plans on growing, and he doesn't have a financial plan, and without you building him up. Like, no ma'am. And I love Share 7. Shout out to you, goddess. I love you. And I love her content because she believes that you shouldn't even be with a man who has less than you and who can't add value to you. And I honestly agree. I would not be with a man who does not have more than me. All they're going to do is be jealous and bring you down. Men are ego driven, and if they're not successful career wise, they usually are the most miserable, negative ass people to be around. Men get power for being providers and high advanced in their career. That's why a lot of women, when they deal with high provider men, a lot of those problems when it comes to like him being financially like unstable and him being super toxic and negative towards their dreams, be like, the ratio really is kind of rare, because it's kind of like winner men usually, like especially in our generation, you see a lot of black couples like on the same financial like basis. For instance, you've been seeing a lot of like NBA players engage into like R&B singers and stuff like that. A lot of times men at that level want to be with ambitious women too, and I love to see that dynamic, especially in the black community, because it's so rare to see black men have the confidence to date alpha and ambitious women. And I really love that. And honestly, baddies, do not settle for less when it comes to these men. If a man is not having more than you, a lot of times he's not going to elevate you to do more. You need to be with a man that literally inspires you. Okay? Do not be Miss Bob the Builder, as Miss Sheer 7 would say. Okay? So we're going to get into number 2. Cheap men are emotionally unavailable. Cheap with money, cheap with time, and cheap with energy. A man who's stingy with his resources is usually stingy with his affection and support. They'll ask you to split bills, but want full access. Being around them feels like you're consistently over compressing. Like, you're going to be feeling like you are just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to split everything with them, and they feel like they're the prize at that point. Okay, so don't ever do that. And men who are cheap, emotionally unavailable, like, those are the worst guys to be with, because when you're expressing your emotions and things, they're not even listening to you, and they're detaching from you, and they really don't care because you're physically there. And as men that are lame and weak, especially the ones that are cheap, a lot of times they look at women as just body parts and just blow up dolls, damn near, especially if they're not emotionally attached to you. Like, that's the most red flag is guy to have. Like, I highly do not recommend them. You're gonna always feel super lonely, and they're never gonna satisfy you emotionally, and that's the worst type of man to be with, especially if you ain't spending no money. I hate a cheap man. My grandma always said, do not be with a cheap man. Those are the worst men to be with. It's one mean if he's frugal and he want to save money, but to be cheap with you and feeling like you are too expensive when he knew what it took to get with you. Like, at first, if he was paying for your maintenance and you have your own apartment, but he doesn't pay your bills. But now he's saying, you know, I don't feel like that's important no more because we together, or let me stop helping you in other areas that he originally did without communicating that, like, he financially don't got it, and he just doesn't feel like you are a priority anymore. That's a red fucking flag. Do not come up in here acting like you was gonna be this type of guy, this fucking Superman, come in here, you know, helping me with some of my maintenance and stuff like that, and you not communicate. You know, you're gonna, like, you can't afford to budget in my maintenance, and then try to gaslight me and make me think that I'm asking for too much when you came in saying that I wasn't asking for too much originally, but since you were going broke, or you not where you want to be financially, now you want to treat me like you over me, or I'm asking for too much because your ass being fucking cheap. Like, baddies, do not ever settle for these men, because there's always a game they play, and if you don't set boundaries in the beginning, you lost the game. Honestly, you did. Okay, so we're going into tip number 3. Insecure men will dim your light. Like, insecure men will literally dim your light. Insecurity breeds control, jealousy, and emotional abuse. They hate when you look good, succeed, or get attention because it makes them feel small. You start dimming your light to protect their ego, and you slowly lose yourself. An insecure man will convince you that you're too much, when in reality, he's just not enough. I see this happen time again. Especially with women that are super, like, glamorous. They love to do their hair and their makeup. And when the guy first got with them, they were okay with them looking all beautified, glamored up. You know, they was working out in the gym, doing their hair and makeup, and prioritizing their beauty, fitness, and fashion. Now you get with him, he's insecure as hell because he sees how people interact with your aura, your light, and your beauty. Now he's telling you, when you go out, can you cover all the way up? Or could you not wear so much makeup? When we go out, can you just be barefaced? That is a control tactic to pull you down. I understand if your man like you in your natural state, but there's a difference between a man asking you to not go out because the attention is going to be too much on you, too much on him. Like, my man loves my natural beauty, don't get me wrong, but I would not be with my man if he was telling me not to wear makeup and do my hair no more when we go out because I get too much attention. Like, what the hell? That's why you was attracted to me. You like how I look. Now you want me to dim my line? Baby, I'm glam. Glam has to be glam. And I should be able to decide when or not I want to give that natural look. Like, don't tell me what to do, especially not when it comes to me being a woman and my beauty. And a lot of guys who do that, it's a manipulation tactic. Seriously, it's okay for a man liking your natural beauty, but a lot of times that don't be the case. They be trying to control you and manipulate you. So watch out for that. I see that happen so much. Then they be like, oh, baby, you don't got to work out no more. You don't got to work out and stuff. They do that so you can lose yourself, get big, and then a lot of men won't find you pleasing or attractive anymore. So make sure, ladies, always keep your beauty, fitness, and fashion together, even with or without a man. Okay, because you always need to look desirable, not only for yourself, but just in the world. You never know what he's doing and what he got going on, and the last thing you want to do is lose yourself. And when you lose yourself like that, you will fall in depression. I promise you, you will. Soon as you stop upkeeping yourself and you stop prioritizing your feminine energy, depression comes over. Yeah, like comes over you, because it just naturally does as a woman. We're here to be goddesses, and we have to pamper ourselves and stay within our maintenance. And looking beautiful is just the key to like fight depression. I swear, because when I be looking depressed, when I be looking a mess, I be feeling a little depressed for real. And especially if you with a man who don't like taking you out, or he doesn't like you dressing up, like he's taking all your feminine energy away. Like, what the hell? Drop that scrub, okay? Because that's a hell no to me. Okay, so we're gonna get into tip number 4. Jealous men see you as competition, not a partner. Jealousy in men equals a silent enemy in your bed. Points. If he envies your wins, he will sabotage you. He'll downplay your ideas, mock your goals, or make backhanded comments. A real man protects your dreams. A jealous one competes with you. Oh my God, I dealt with this before in my past relationships. Oh my God, a jealous man is fucking hell. They literally compete with you with everything. Like, dude, are you a female or male? Because why are you competing with your woman when she has goals? You should be right next to her, cheering her on. You should be her biggest cheerleader. And I be seeing that so much in relationships. Like, girls be with men who are really they op. Like, your man should be your biggest hype man and your best friend and your biggest supporter. Okay? And especially if he's not already investing into your ideas and stuff like that, at least he can do is support you. I would not be with my man if he did not support my ideas or any of this. I told my man I was finna record a video, and I couldn't find my flash drive before I filmed this video. I was like, baby, I cannot find. Girl, he ended up finding my flash drive and everything for me because he knew how important it was for me to do my YouTube video. Hell, he even bought my damn camera for the damn YouTube channel. I told him I wanted to start a YouTube channel. He bought me my lights, and he bought me my camera. Like, what the hell? I'm not gonna be with no man who don't support me. And that's just period. Like, and you shouldn't settle for that either, baddies. Know your worth. Okay, especially if you still want to be a money getting female and you want to start your own business and stuff. Have a man that's added to your dreams, because if not, he's going to be a fucking jealous ass hater, and you do not need a man like that around you. Men be more jealous of women than women be jealous of women, if you don't believe it or not, because they be knowing you deserve better, and they be so intimidated by women because they know the power we upkeep. That's why they always are trying to dim our shine, because they know the privilege that we have, especially when we're beautiful and we're confident and we're talented. We have more access to different resources than they do. When we push ourselves to the fullest potential and we really heal ourselves and build our confidence up and build our strive and ambitions and just our hustle, man, we are powerful forces, and they know this too. That's why a lot of men try to get you pregnant at the heights of your career, because it slows you down. I see it happen so much in Hollywood and just with women in general. These men be trying to slow you down so you don't be competition for them no more. They be loving bomb y'all. For real, ladies. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta peep these men. For real. And take your time. Make these men earn you because you're a goddess and you deserve the best. And don't let these niggas trick you out your spot. Okay, so we're gonna get into number 5. How these men drain your beauty. Stress and emotional tension ages you. You're constantly on edge, walking on eggshells. You start breaking out, losing sleep, questioning yourself because his energy is toxic. Glowing in peace, struggling in potential. Seriously. And they do that because they're trying to drain your beauty. You start having body issues. You start having so many different issues within yourself. And I feel like it's so important to not allow these men to drain you. Okay? If you feel like he isn't draining you too much to where you super stressed out, girl, just leave his ass. And some men, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they go through a phase where they just being fucking negative and shit. Girl, ask that man for some money and tell him to shut up. Like, for real, or be quiet. Some of these men do be going through phases where they just toxic and negative, and you just gotta be fucking quiet, okay? Like, you just gotta tell them to be quiet. Not you be quiet. Tell them to be quiet, okay? Because you gotta vibrate hard and just be quiet and put their ass in their places, because that's what the hell I be doing. Okay, so we're gonna get into tip number 6. How to reclaim your power. Choose peace, standards, and a soft life. Don't stay because you see potential. Stay where you've been seen, protected, and watered. Boundaries are love. Letting go of dead weight is self-care. When you cut ties with draining men, you will instantly feel lighter mentally, emotionally, and physically, and spiritually. Your glow is too expensive to be dimmed by a man who doesn't even value his own reflection. Don't shrink to fit his comfort. Expand and attract a partner who adds to your beauty, not subtract from it. And baddies, you deserve the best. We are here to be sent to be goddesses. Like I stated before, if a man is not adding to your life at all, emotionally, physically, and financially, for sure financially, like, because a man that really loves you is going to help you financially, honestly. And if he's not adding to that at all, just do it. Because you need to be focused on your future and your goals. And men always take care of things that they care about and they love and they cherish. They invest into women they really love and care about. And if he's not doing that, he's literally subtracting. He's going to be a distraction and he's going to pull you down and he's going to siphon the energy and the good values you have to move along and align with the highest version of himself. And we can't be having that, okay? No destiny swapping is going on over here, because men definitely will try to destiny swap with women. For real. That is a real thing that is going on. And if you're not self-aware spiritually, you won't even know what the fuck is going on, okay? So make sure you always are on game, and your spirit and your body will tell you when a man is not aligned with you anymore. And always want the best for yourself. Don't ever settle. And you don't have to explain yourself to nobody when you're ready to disconnect. Your heart will tell you when it's time to go. Okay, baddies, I want the best for you, girlies. And do not let these men, fucking insecure, these cheap men, these broke men, these jealous men drain your mind, beauty, and spirit.